I am Mychal Guzman. You're witnessing history. This is the first episode of Fantastic Tangent. Applause. Thank you. I apologize for the delay. Football is a very popular sport. Anyway, what is Fantastic Tangent? It's a bunch of stuff. It's basically me talking to people, messing with them a bit, and kind of just exploring the random stuff that goes on in my head. I feel like I'm going to need quite a bit of time with my guests, so I'd like to not waste any more time. Let me introduce him. His name is William Cornett. He is my oldest friend, and by oldest I mean he's like 74, 75. No, I mean, we've been friends for about 20 years. He has the misfortune of being my best friend, and he's my first guest, so he's also my guest friend. This guy, he's might not realize it, but he's probably saved my life on more than one occasion. He's been very generous and helpful, and I'm glad he gets to be here for the first one, because I wouldn't pick anybody else to be here for it. Without any further ado, everyone welcome William Cornett. Woo! Take a seat, sir. Has the regret set in yet? All right. The reason why I wanted you to be the first guest is because I'm going to be reminiscing upon high school times. The reason why I'm reminiscing upon high school times is because that's what has-beens do. They kick back and they like to think like, oh, I remember back when I threw the game-winning touchdown, you know, back in my glory days. For me, I feel like high school was the pinnacle of my comedic prowess. I feel like high school was when I was actually like just untouchable with the comedy. You would agree.
You got the language, you got to know.
Yep, it's true. Oh, he wants you to get closer to the mic. As you speak.
Don't feel it's too big. Okay.
We're taking production direction right now. Hello to everybody on the internet that's watching. Again, I think I already said that, whatever. Anyway. You will probably be able to guess who I saw on the bus today. You are correct, sir. What I would like you to do now is to explain a little bit to the people who Yen Hong is.
He was a guy we went to high school with. He was our valedictorian.
Yes.
Really wicked, smart dude from what I remember. I never really socialized with him or anything like that. I just knew of him and knew who he was. But from what I hear, he's kind of a social, I guess a socially inept. Politically correct way to say it. He was one of those guys that you thought would be cure cancer or something like that.
Yep.
But from what I hear, he's not curing cancer or any other.
He's taken the bus like me. I used to remain friends with him after high school. As time passed, he got more and more into being a networking sort of dude. Like making connections, because he's currently like doing tutoring, is how he makes his living.
Okay.
As time passed, I just realized every time we hung out, I just wanted to talk about high school. I wanted to talk about making connections with people. And I got sick of it, so I stopped talking to him, essentially. The weird thing is, I take the bus, and every now and again, I will see him, like wandering the streets, like a phantom reminder of high school, you know. And he's just like, the way he walks is so saddening, because he's just got this far off look, and he's just walking like, I must get where I need to get, you know, like a zombie. And it's weird, because as I stopped communicating with him, it got to the point where now he gets on the same bus as me every now and again, and we don't even look at each other. We don't even acknowledge each other's presence. Even though we distinctly like make eye contact, he just takes a seat somewhere away from me.
You should call him out. Like, what's up?
No, that's the point. I don't want anything to do with him. So it's such a coincidence because I see he comes on the bus the day that I'm coming here to do this show for the first time, and my guest is my high school friend, and I wanted to theme this about my high school clownage, so it's kind of like this weird confluence of events. It's very magical, very memorable. Now, this is what I wanted to do. You remember the last time we hung out at Violet Crown? We went to go see the Raid 2?
We did.
Do you remember beforehand what I did as we were sitting there waiting to watch the movie?
I believe you yelled something out.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking
No,
about.
okay, then I don't. Might have too much crowd.
I had a thought. She was a good thought, that hoe over there. Anyway, no. I had a thought that I hadn't seen you in a while because like we only get together every now and again. We do a lot of traveling. I'm super broke. Makes it hard to connect. So I had this thing like, how do I make sure this is actually the William I know? Because over these past few years, like you've been getting in shape and you're like all on swole now. And it wasn't like that before. It's just like, how do I know this isn't some imposter? So you remember what I did then?
You asked me some questions, didn't you?
Yep. I asked you some questions about memories to make sure it was you. So what we're going to do now is something... You need to get the mic closer to you.
Do I need it?
You need to speak up. You're not on trial. It's okay. It's okay.
I feel like this phallic thing's in my mouth. I'm
watching you from here. Is it too much for your face?
I don't know. I've never had anything like that.
Just talk louder.
I can speak louder if it helps.
Yeah, speak louder.
There we go.
Is that better, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope so.
We're taking production directions. All right, so this next thing, I like to call it prompt me, prompt you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some stuff at you, verbally, and I'm going to ask you to give me some form of response. The only rules are, no is not an answer, and I don't know is not an answer. So if you don't know, you just make some up.
Okay.
You got it?
I got it.
Prompt me, prompt you. All right. Here we go. First thing. Chicago Bears starter jacket.
I wore one in high school.
No matter the season. When I first met you, it was Algebra 2 class.
Algebra 2 and Mr. Angst.
Angst.
That creepy old man.
Yeah. Did you take my dad's Spanish class?
I did 2 years of it.
Okay. See, I made a lot of friends in high school due to my dad being the teacher at the high school. He taught Spanish, and the question, I guess, would be, did you become friends with me just because you liked his class?
Hell no. Your father wasn't a very likable teacher.
Oh, really?
No, hell no.
People used to tell me how much they liked him.
Oh, he busted my balls constantly.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, how so?
Well, I don't know. I was kind of like you. I was a practical joker in school, didn't listen or whatever, made comments in class when I shouldn't have. And it didn't help that I went and played soccer for him.
Yeah.
So the second year of Spanish when I was playing soccer, it made it even worse. But I got to know him outside of school, and he's actually a pretty cool cat.
Yeah. He's aight. I remember meeting you in the Algebra 2 class, and you were just the guy who was always sitting back there looking angry in a puffy-ass Chicago Bears starter jacket, which made no sense to me. Every now and again, you'd say something here and there that was funny. but I don't remember how we actually became actual friends. Maybe it was because of soccer?
It was because of soccer. John Gonzalez.
John Gonzalez.
And you remember Zach?
Zach Zhisheng, who went on to marry my high school crush, Camila Zhisheng.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's how the connection was made.
I got you. So, we took another class together. Do you remember that class?
Speech.
And this was where much clownage occurred. So, for my next prompt, the Mangler.
I remember that very distinctly. Very, I don't know what you would call them. Short story, poems, whatever. They always rhymed and were very violent and very, very humorous.
Yeah. We had to like, what was it, every week we were required to speak?
Something like that every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I would just write these Mangler poems, and it was about this kid who had problems. I can remember a little bit of the first one. When I was very young, my frustration grew quite great. My friends would say, "Just calm down, man." But it was already too late. I saw my enemy, a bully. He had my foursquare ball. My anger brimmed quite fully, so I screamed, "Give me my foursquare ball." I don't remember what happens after that. I don't have the rest of it memorized.
I just remember you beating his ass.
Yeah.
That's all.
And there was week after week of me telling these violent stories about this kid. There was one on the bus where like he just did a ton of violence on the bus.
Yeah, there was that. I've been thinking about that. You should probably do one where he's older now.
Ah,
Resurrect him. Yeah, that's right. Resurrect him.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. Do you remember Hobbleside?
I remember Homicide very well. We did a lot of those stories together.
I had my Mangler. He had Hobbleside. I can't remember exactly what happened in all those stories, but one of them wound up with them in a barn amongst torn knuckles and elbows. I don't know how you tear off an elbow.
I don't know either.
But yeah, it was some foolishness for sure. The class loved it. Even the teacher liked it. That's what was weird to me. Was we're just saying these violent, like, gory, graphic stories, but she was really into it.
She was.
Okay, for the next prompt, foolish games.
Oh man. I guess we used to lip sync that driving down the road in the car. Come on the radio.
We would take road trips down here to Austin from Killeen pretty much about every weekend. And I guess because that version, we're talking about Jules' song, Foolish Games.
I love you, Jewel.
Yeah. Just imagine 3 teenage boys like singing Foolish Games at the top of their lungs. The thing was, our other friend Tom, we had a little crew, and he was one of the main friends as well. He used to always try to get anti-shotgun, because if you rode shotgun, that meant you had to keep Will awake as he drove through the night or in the early AM. So he used to try to scam his way into the back so he could sleep. So there'd be many a night driving back to Killeen with me and Will cranking up that song. Just
trying to stay awake.
Yeah, and trying to make sure he didn't get to go to sleep because we knew what scam he was pulling. That leads to the next prompt, because at the end of those trips, we usually went to a place known as Hallmark Restaurant.
Yep, that's where we ended up at about 2 o'clock every morning. Had a lot of meals there. Almost got our asses beat one day, I remember.
Yep. What we used to do, we'd go to Hallmark and we would just act the fool in there. Like, we would just be joking, whatever premise we could think of, we would just run with it, roll with it. We'd be doing voices. It was a lot of fun. Like, I would just drink too much coffee and just get really super wired. This particular occasion, we were doing like a kung fu sort of thing. So we were like making up a kung fu story. And I started to do, oh, yes, oh, kung fu voice, Little did we know that there was a couple football players sitting in the other side of the booth from us, one of whom happened to be Asian. And he thought that we were just making fun of him. Like, keep in mind, the booth is like, above your head, so we couldn't even see them. We didn't even know they were there. But he just thought like, oh, they're doing Asian, they must be being racist right now. Keep in mind that Will is half Korean.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. So the guy comes over and he's like, you got a problem? It's like, you think you're fucking funny doing that racist ass shit? I'm trying to explain, like, no, we're just having fun. We're talking about kung fu. He's like, yeah, right. Like, he didn't believe us. He's like, we're going outside. Let's go outside. We did not go outside. We did not. We're not going. So just basically talking at this guy until he went back to his booth and understood, like, no, we just clown here. Like, I had to essentially pitch us sitting at a restaurant bullshitting as if it was like a show so he would not be mad. Like, I was doing PR for bullshitting. I also remember at Hallmark, there used to be that old white lady, and I thought that she was a gangster, because every time we came in, she'd be in there with different dudes, like just sitting there with their legs crossed and like smoking. This was back when you could still smoke inside, but he'd be in there just, she'd be in there just always.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
That creepy mob lady.
Yeah.
She was the godmother.
Yep. And we used to just sit there and watch her and just like imagine like what they were talking about, like.
You understand, this deal has to go through. You're giving me too much of this bullshit about the problems. I don't care about your fucking problems. Just get it done.
That was her.
Yeah. So that's what we would do. That's what we do at Hallmark, and those Hallmark times are essentially what this show is going to be about, because we would just, like any idea that popped in our head, we would just run with it, take a flight of fancy, and see where it went. And that's what I'm going to be doing here with this show. And I hope you enjoy it. Good night. Just kidding, we're not done yet. Next one. And you might get a loss for this one, I'll understand. Best sense of humor, senior year of high school.
Best sense of humor, you did not win it. That was a fail on your part. Who got that? Was it Cedrone? Who got that? I forgot his name.
He's dead to me the moment he
The other black guy got it.
And I was so upset. I was so mad, because this was like the only thing I had going. I'm like, I've spent these years, I've been crafting my comedic sensibilities. I'm the funniest motherfucker. I get along with everybody. I got them dying in the classrooms. I got them dying, at Denny's. This is mine. This shit's mine. And like, I'd walk the halls, and they'd be like, yeah, man, you got this. Yeah, you're gonna get it. You're in there. Did not get it. So upset. So upset. I went on a tirade. I don't know. I guess you weren't there for it.
I wasn't there, but I heard about it. It was epic from what I hear.
Because I broke down all the reasons why I deserved to win and he deserved to fucking lose. I was just like, it's best sense of humor. It's not just the funniest. Anybody can cut up and make little mama jokes in class. I'm more than that. I understand humor, black humor. As in the dark humor, the morbid stuff, not just I'm black and this is funny. He wouldn't understand that if I told him black humor. If I told him black humor, he'd think I was just talking about, Cat Williams or some shit. That's why I'm better. That's why I have the best sense of humor. I know about dry British comedy. He don't know shit about that, I know all aspects of humor. He's just funny. There's a difference, and I should have won. It was mine, and I'm upset about it to this day. Thank you. And now I have a show online. Where are you?
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I'm gonna go potty.
The anger. The mangler is being resurrected before you. What was cool though, it was senior year, and we were both known for being super funny. Everybody wanted to be in class with us because they knew that there would be some fucking jesting and jocularity and such. So senior year, finally, me and him wind up in the same class. I remember the first day of this class, you know, sitting towards the back. I didn't know anybody except for Lockjaw. Lockjaw was in that class. You remember Lockjaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was fucking cut up himself. He was weird. So I'm sitting back there. People are coming in and they're like, yeah, man, I'm in Guz's class. This is going to be great, man. Hilarity is about to ensue for the rest of this semester. And then, you know, right before the bell's about to ring for class to start, this motherfucker walks in.
That's right. Chicago Bears jacket.
You were in that class too? I was about to say, that was good. I should have ran with it, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, another fucking fail. But no, this guy walks in, and there was literally, like, applause. Because people were happy that we were both going to be in the same class again. Like, fuck learning. It's on. So yeah, it was pretty much, that class was pretty much a competition to out funny each other, you know? And I guess in the long run, I lost. But I maintain to this day, I have the best sense of humor. All right, what's next here? Checking my notes, my professional notes. Very organized. Hey, read this for me.
Such artwork, more like fart work. That's awesome. You got some gas with some gas blowing out of it. There you go.
That's perfect. I found it funny. I don't care. All right. Oh, okay. Here's the next thing I had to talk about. Because I spoke earlier about how you helped me out many a time when I was in dire straits. So I'm in dire straits once again, and you're here to help me once again, and I thank you for it.
Anytime, man.
So when you become broke, you got to find a way to make them ends meet. And I had to tell you, I almost got caught up into some criminal shit, dude. I almost, you know how Bluebell has been recalled for the listeria?
Correct.
I came very close to getting involved in the Bluebell black market. Are you familiar with Silk Road?
No.
Silk.
What's Silk Road?
Underground market. It's like you can get legal stuff.
Yeah, it's totally underground. Like,
Bitcoin.
yeah, you get all kinds of like illicit substances from, you know.
Like drugs or like
Yeah.
underground ice cream?
Well, this is separate from. Yeah. Yeah. The ice cream thing is separate, but it's just like I was trying to say, like it's akin to the Silk Road situation.
Gotcha.
It's very dark. It's very. You don't want to get mixed up in the Bluebell black market, man. I'm telling you, I had an encounter. It's not worth it. I will tell you, dude. The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, they have a team. Like, yeah, they
So
have
like bath salts?
You know, what are you talking about?
You know what bath salts are?
I know what they are, but how is the FDA SWAT team like that? So
I don't know. That's Randy Travis.
Okay, I will. Hey. Yeah, hey Becky. Is your dad there? Could you get him for me? Alright. Hold on. Hold on, Michelle. Randy. Yeah, it's Mike. What's up? I'm asking you what's up. Yeah, I'm the one who called you. I'm trying to find out if you know anything about bath salts. No? Okay, bye. Why did you think Randy Travis would know about bath salts?
Because he was caught on the top of a cop car, naked, going crazy.
I guess that's why.
Or that guy got ate in Florida or whatever that was, by that other homeless guy.
Yeah,
Bath
that's the
salts?
first time I heard about the whole bath salt thing. Florida.
I guess you're... Alright, continue, my bad.
So, talking about the FDA and fucking hellacious team, man. Like, it's like the Expendables, dude. You think FDA like Surgeon General? Surgeon General is a general for a reason. There's an army, an FDA army.
Oh shit.
And they are no fucking joke. And they will choke slam you if you try to get involved in the blue belt black market, so don't do it. It's
I'm
not.
gonna have to Google this shit after I leave.
Yeah,
Gonna show up at my house if I Google it.
Dude, when an FDA agent like Ronda Rousey's you into an armbar, like you instantly realize like, blue belt's gonna come back in a couple months. Is it really worth it? No, it's not. Yeah, it was a short-term scam. Like it wasn't meant to last. Kind of like you remember when I had that email scam where I was selling stamps for email to old people because they didn't know better.
You did what?
I convinced old people that in order to send email, you had to have an e-stamp. So I sold old people e-stamps.
You know what? That's horrible, but good for you.
They caught on, man. First of all, don't feel too bad because that's not true. I just made that. Oh, jeez. All right.
You're going to hell.
I'm going to hell?
Just say it. There's places for people like you.
Okay. Do you want to prompt me on something?
Prompt you.
Actually, first, tell me a story that I might not remember about me from high school.
About you. The black onyx.
Oh shit! I forgot about this.
Yeah, did you forget about that?
Oh no, that phase. Talk about that phase. Shit.
You know, I really can't speak of that phase. That's kind of, you were at the end of that phase when I met you. You became the Afro mic shortly after I met you. You could probably speak better to that, but
okay,
everybody just knew he was the black onyx, then you became the Afro man.
I'm half black, half Puerto Rican. Around that time, the time he's talking about beforehand, before he met me, I guess, I was struggling with not being black enough. I felt like I need to embrace my blackness more. So I started listening to Onyx. I shaved my head because Onyx had bald heads. I listened to Onyx all the time, along with Cypress Hill, because I was determined to, like, you know, black, man, black. You know, going out to parties, making sure, you know, are there only black people here? Okay, I can be at this party. Just determined, like, you know, got a black girlfriend. Just, I was doing it. Those were some times, man, because I was trying to be hard. Look at my face. Definitely not hard. It was a nightmare because I shaved my head and I would get razor bumps in the back.
Nasty bumps.
Yeah, razor bumps. It was not worth it. I regret it. And that was part of why I grew the fro. Was so like you wouldn't be able to fucking see the razor.
They got shit for that, man, if you want to go back and do it.
If I want to go back in time. I could go back in time and do it all again. I would not. I definitely would not. Got another one? That was good.
Oh, another one.
Your friend's really pumped.
Am I pumped?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's jacked. He's swole.
I showed up here, I had no idea what I was talking about, what the hell I was getting into, and here I am. Jesus Christ.
Talk about your muscles.
He wants to hear more about your muscles.
Maybe I'll show you afterwards.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, she's getting crazy.
So was that a decision because you were going back on the market? Or you just decided to do it for you?
No, I did it for me mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We played soccer in high school. I was always very thin and athletic in high school. And, you know, and then I got married and divorced and had kids and got fat like a lot of America did. So I thought, you know, thought I'd make a change and I made it. Yeah.
You reminded me, we used to go back in high school, we used to go to the gym.
We did.
Quite a bit. Out on Fort Hood.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with Fort Hood, Juki. She's on her phone.
Oh,
My audience is not even paying
no,
attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention.
She's tweeting, "Fuck these guys."
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, I am. No, I'm kidding. No. I'm not. I love you guys.
All right. So Fort Hood, we used to go out to this little secluded gym, and they let us play whatever music we wanted to, basically. You remember what we listened to predominantly?
It could have been many things back then. Could have been Nirvana, could have been...
Come on, keep going.
MC Hammer, could have been...
Keep going.
Stone Temple Pilots, could have been Insane Clown Posse.
Jeez, how old are you guys?
2 Live Crew, Tone Low, I mean... Prodigy.
Yeah, you got it! Yeah. The reason why I wanted to bring that up is because, have you ever like misheard a lyric in a song? You thought it was one thing for a long time and then it turned out it was another? I used to consider myself great at like getting lyrics right and nailing them, but I got into a huge argument with our other friend Tom about this Prodigy lyric.
I remember the song. What was the lyric though?
The lyric was "Come play my game."
Yes.
Oh, that's Breathe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Breathe.
a song.
Breathe with me.
Breathe the person. Psychosomatic insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, you got it.
So the whole time I've been listening to it, I thought it was "I'll bide my time," and Tom said, "No, it's come play my game." And I'm like, dude, I know lyrics, I know music. I've just, my dad just bought me my first guitar a few months ago. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm the authority on lyrics. It's I'll bide my time. And Tom said no. He said it's
Come play my game.
and he was right.
How did we figure out who was right anyways? We couldn't Google this shit back then.
You're right. How did we figure it out?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Prodigy played a show. They played a show at Viva La Arts, and we talked to them afterwards.
Oh shit, there you go.
That's a lie. No, how did we find it? Yeah, times were different back then. Like, you had to actually go to the library. You had to actually, like, buy cassettes. And CDs, if you could afford them, if you had tech like that. You'd be walking around with a Discman with the anti-skip function. That was a big deal. But yeah, I don't know how we came to figure that out. All right. What else? Juki.
Yo. Yes.
There's people online that are probably hyped that you're here.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a moment to acknowledge your presence in this place.
Oh, thank you.
You don't realize it, but there's people that will be jealous, like, whoa, Juki's there, holy shit.
Thank you.
All right. So that being said, can you think of any prompts?
Oh my
Any
God.
questions? Anything?
Oh my God.
My opinion on something? Something that's been on your mind?
Oh man.
Nope.
I can't right now. So
Nope.
I
Stephanie,
Yeah, what's up?
you have a show right
Yes.
after this one.
Yes.
You're good at talking and stuff.
Yes. What's
Do
up?
you have a prompt? Something I can work with?
A prompt?
A question? Something on your mind?
Are you single?
Am I single? No.
Well, I'm done.
All right. His girlfriend, she has the ability to travel through darkness and shadows, like the evil guy in Ninja Scroll. Apparently, she came, brought his wallet to him. I never saw her, and apparently I was sitting right at the table when it happened. So
She's quick like that.
she's a ninja. All right. I'm actually out of ideas, but we have time. So this is where it gets interesting, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can prompt myself with my copious random notes. All right, William, this is what I need you to do for me. Just come up with a word, any word. While you do that, I'm going to step to the side here. Take your time.
Okay. A word. Do you want me to wait till you come back before I say it?
No.
Oh God, you put it back on.
Say it.
Put it back on.
Say it.
Put it back on.
Say it. It'll make sense once you're giving me something. Give me something!
Pubescent.
Pubescent. Alright.
Oh, yeah. It's me, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, brother. Yeah. And I'm back. And I've got Elizabeth in my corner. And I won't be stopped because nothing means nothing, man. Oh, yeah. I'm brimming, I'm teeming with energy. I've got it all going on. I'm virile. I'm like a pubescent lion that's ready to jump and take the title from you, Yokozuna. So you be ready Sunday, brother. Ooh.
There you are. Where have you been hiding? Were you behind me the whole time?
I don't know what y'all thought about that, but that was.
This show's not over. A couple more minutes. One more thing I'd like to do. And then we can adjourn this and you can stick around for the Stephanie show. William, has there ever been a time where you caught me masturbating?
Never.
Okay, I was worried about that.
I don't like to it either.
While I get ready to do this next thing, I want you to tell the story of the time I blacked out at your house that I do not remember at all.
When you got blackout drunk.
Yes.
I remember that.
All right, talk about it a little bit.
There's not much to talk about. You kind of went upstairs, and you disappeared into the bathroom, and these weird, loud noises started to come from the bathroom as you proceeded to heave everything you had drank that night, which was, if I recall, a whole bunch.
It was Bacardi.
Was it Bacardi?
Yeah.
Okay, there was lots of Bacardi. And I've never heard you ever make those type of noises ever, and I don't ever want to hear those types of noises come from you. But what the fuck you got on?
It's okay, it's okay.
I don't know what he's putting on, but
Don't reveal, just keep telling the story.
well, there's not much else to the story. You know, you kind of disappeared. I tried checking up on you a few times, and you were non-respondent. I almost kicked the door down, but you finally emerged with puke all over you, and
What?
then you retired to the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you don't remember.
Listen up, brother. This show is now under my control, all right? My name is Douglas Abraham. Douglas Abraham, all right?
Who the fuck is that?
That's me, motherfucker.
Okay.
All right? No need to get confrontational because your friend is, off being fat somewhere now. Now, I want to take a moment while I have the floor because there's something that we need to address in America today, and that is good. I've been thinking a lot about that word, good. So, what I did was I went to Half Price Books, and I studied a little something by Friedrich Nietzsche. It's called The Genealogy of Morals. All right? Because what is good? When you grow up, I'm talking about, be a good boy. Oh, you're going to get good grades. Something's going to turn out good. You know what else is good? When you follow rules. You're considered good when you do what you're told.
Yeah.
When you're made to obey. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Good. Excellent. He gets it. Because good is simply a yoke.
good is to submit. And there's been a lot of submitting in America lately, and I don't like it because it's not good. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thank you everybody in attendance. Thank you everybody on the internet. This has been the first Fantastic Tangent. I am Mychal Guzman, and on behalf of my friend William Cornett, I say to you, thanks Alfredo.